Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. What struck my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your love, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, will I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. On my own, will I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. That music I hear, I get misty and too much in love. You came to me from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere. Made every hour sweet as a flower for me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to me. You came to me from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere. made every hour sweet as a flower for me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere. Hoping you'll bring your love too. Hoping you'll bring your love too. Hoping you'll bring your love to me.
When students come to Sinatra as artists, there are two goals. One is to give them the skills that they need to go to college and conservatories and then go into a career as an artist. The other is to gain a deep appreciation for their own art and all of the arts that we offer here at Sinatra, so that as they go on in their lives, they become the supporters and the patrons that keep art alive.
Robert Frost, great American poet, had a great quote that said, "Writing poetry without rhyming is like playing tennis without a net. Like you need the net, you need a structure, you need the rules in order to work within this chosen field. Whether it's writing music in a certain key and a certain time signature, it's the problem solving that goes within working within a set of restrictions."
In their senior year, at the very end of the year, the students have learned to use all the rules, and then we encourage them in their senior year to break them. And the work, I believe, especially this gallery space, speaks of that.
The collaboration here is really wonderful. The dance department, the art department, the film department, the music department, we all work together. We all work together to perform, to create, and there's a real feeling of creativity here. And that is really tapped in our students.
We're creating an environment where kids are creating their own stories so that they can build music, the original compositions and improvisations based on the stories they create, so that they relate emotion to the actual theoretical material. The idea is to take things they already know, use of language, different parts of speech, and ideas about plot that they've seen in movies and plots that perhaps had in dreams, and bring it together to the notes that they create through their instruments.
They learn obviously vocal techniques, strengthening the voice. They learn how to read music. They learn how to apply what they learn in musicianship to their music. They also learn the art of performance, because we do have a lot of productions. The vocalists are enlisted a lot of times in varying levels. So they have that, they come out of here with that ability of being able to perform, being able to learn their own music, being able to pick music that is conducive to their own voice.
Our script analysis focus is, I think, is one of our strengths, in that their freshman year they start tackling scripts and identifying the key areas of character development, but also how dramatic structure works. And that influences their decisions on stage as an actor. It influences their craft as directors, and then influences their playwriting skills.
We go through every art period possible. So the students start off learning prehistoric works, such as the Venus of Willendorf, and we take them all the way from that piece all the way up to contemporary art. We truly believe that in order to really know where you are as an artist, you need to know what happened beforehand. And then figure out, what can you do now that's going to make an impression and has a voice behind your piece.
I've grown technically, and the school helped me get to the Martha Graham Company, Joffrey Ballet. So it's technically I've been able to strengthen myself, and health-wise I've been able to build more stamina.
Our film and media program has grown and flourished over the years. We're living in a culture where video is more and more important and is used as a tool to communicate on the web, on TV, and lots of other places within our society. So we teach our students how to be both producers and knowledgeable consumers of media, so they can be the next generation of filmmakers that tell important stories, both fictional, narrative, and documentary. The quality of work that students are creating in their art form is at an extremely high level. If you come to one of our performances, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was a professional theater or a high school production. And that's what we're striving for every day, in the classroom and in our production spaces, for the quality of work and the instruction that students are getting to put them on a course of becoming a professional artist if they choose to do so. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming this evening. We're very happy to have you here and to see you. My name is Gideon Frankel. I'm the principal of Frank Sinatra School of the Arts, and we welcome you here this evening for our second of 5 open houses. So if there's anything that you don't learn tonight, you can come back. I want to thank, first of all, the people standing on the sides. We are at full capacity, and so everybody, we're going to have to work together and make sure that when we leave this space and when we come back into this space, if you choose to come back for different information sessions, that we're just patient. We will make sure that everyone has the information that they need and that they came for, and that is the goal of this evening. There's 2 things that I really want you to think about tonight and take away from your time here over the next hour and a half. The first is that every student who's here, every parent who's here, should leave with a clear understanding of what the audition process is like and what you need to do to prepare well to have a successful audition. What your next steps are when you leave here in terms of any materials that you'll need, in terms of any practice that you're going to want to do for the auditions, which start in November and go into the first weekend in December. And all those dates are on the pamphlet that you got. But number one goal is to leave here with a clear understanding of the audition process and what your next steps are as an artist, as a performer, to be able to be successful in that audition. The second goal of tonight is for you to get a sense of our community and to get a sense of how we operate here. And to see if you can picture yourself in an environment like this. We're just starting off the evening, but it's my hope that in a couple hours from now, as you leave here, you'll have a sense of what the people are like, what the teachers are like, what the students are like, what the administration is like. You'll have a sense of the building, and you will leave saying, wow, that, I had heard about that school before, and it met my expectations, and I'm interested in applying. Or I hadn't heard about that school before, and it's amazing, and I'm interested. Or it's not for me. And that's okay. What's really important as you visit all of these schools is that you find a place that you can picture yourself and that you can picture being for you. And if this is not that place, then you learn that tonight. And if it is that place, then you learn what you need to do next. In addition, you're going to get a clear sense of our curriculum in the arts, any questions answered that you have about our academics, and you're going to leave feeling like you have a clearer picture of what the life of a student during the day and over the course of 4 years is like. One of the things that we pride ourselves on, and one of the things that was Tony Bennett's mission and vision in starting this school, is that we live in New York City. And many, many people who live outside of New York City and many people who live inside of New York City that have traveled consider this to be arguably the Mecca of the arts and entertainment. We have some of the best museums in the world. We have Broadway. We have Lincoln Center. We have lots of galleries and exhibition spaces, lots of theaters, both big and small. We have so many people who have come through New York and made a name for themselves or been behind the scenes and done amazing work in theater, in dance, in music, in fine art, across the board. And Tony Bennett thought, we have all of these amazing young people here in our city, a few train stops away from Broadway and from the museums. But not everybody gets exposed to that growing up in New York. And so one of his visions was to both have students bring the school out into the arts community in New York City, and also to have teaching artists come in. And so every year we have many, many, many teaching artists that are professionals in the arts and entertainment in New York City come in to work with our students. And there's no better example of that than the work that's done in our dance department. And what's so unique and special about our dance program and modeled across the 6 art forms that we have here is that almost every piece that they perform, that the dancers perform, is choreographed by a professional dancer working as a choreographer and as a dancer in the dance world. And that's replicated across the studios. One of the examples of this is a piece called In Flux by Janice Rosario. And she worked with our students every week last year to put on this piece that was performed by students in 11th grade at our spring dance concert last year. It's really exciting to bring back this piece tonight for you to see. And now they're all seniors, 12th grade dancers. We're excited for them to be in their senior year, and we're excited for them to bring this piece, which is a great example of our collaboration between student artists and professional working artists, to you tonight. It's Flux by Janice Rosario. Enjoy. Our academic teachers come here also with a love and an appreciation and some talent in the arts. Projects in the academics often ask students to create some type of art project that speaks to the academic content. And there's a lot of collaboration and excitement around the academics and the arts.
I know that there's always an impression that being an art school, maybe there's not a lot of seriousness involved in the academic side, but that's simply not true. We do offer a lot of rigorous courses. I know that my colleagues in the news department teach very rigorously. So it's not an issue where they, I don't know, lose out by coming to school like this.
So here at Sinatra, we have a wonderfully supportive and warm environment. It is rigorous, it is professional, and each step of the way, students get the support through guidance, through their studio teachers, and through their academic teachers that they need to get through the challenges that being on a dual path lead to.
It's really about opening up the conversation so that students feel like they own their ideas. I try my best to step back a bit because ultimately that's the biggest gift I can give them, their ability to come up with their ideas and own them.
I definitely try and engage them at all times. You know, there's nothing worse as a teacher than standing up there and looking at a sea of kids who just have boredom looking on their face. And in today's world where kids, it's a very what have you done for me lately world where they're constantly engaged with an iPad, an iPhone, all these, million TV shows. I think the old way of teaching where I stand up here and I talk to you doesn't work. So, the economic simulation of having kids stand up, buy and sell something is much more valuable and much more engaging than me just drawing a supply and demand curve on a board and saying, what have we done? They are doing what I want to teach them, and it gives them a much more tangible example to help them understand very difficult principles.
Coming to Frank Sinatra is an extraordinary experience, not only as a student, but as a parent as well. This is one place that if you have a question, you pick up a phone and somebody answers your question. As a student, it's not just about going to your classes, periods 1 to 9. It's about having a real academic and art experience. You're respected, you're looked upon as an artist, not as a teenager.
You're going to have a lot of work, you're going to have a lot of rehearsals, you're going to have to practice your art form and do your homework and study while at home and also in school. So you really need to be prepared and have a mindset that you are going to tackle the amount of work that you get here and that you're going to do well in your art form and also in your academics.
The guidance department is the heart of the school because we deal with students' emotional and social needs, but we also deal with their future. We are a family working together to help our students achieve success. So students have to think about their career, what college they want to go to, and how they're going to obtain that. During the 4 years that you're here at Frank Sinatra, you're going to have the same guidance counselor. And that guidance counselor is going to help you plan out and prepare for your future. This is the hub. This is the place where students go and they know that they're going to receive the support and the help and the guidance and the resources that they need to be successful, to overcome any obstacles, but most of all, to achieve their goals. I think as a freshman coming into Frank Sinatra, you have to realize that you're in a great place. This is a special place, and you should take every opportunity that's offered to you. You want a well-rounded education. You're going to go to your courses, you're going to have your studio. That's not the only thing that Frank Sinatra offers you. We have clubs, we have sports, we have after-school activities. There's always performances from each studio. Support your peers and be involved. And you're engaged in every way. And that's a way to meet friends. That's a way to meet faculty members and teachers and support people in the building. So it makes it much better for you to be successful here at Frank Sinatra if you get engaged and just take every opportunity. Don't be one of those students that say, I don't want to go to a show. I don't want to get involved with a club. I don't want to take an AP course, because if we're advising you to do something, we're doing it in your best interest, because it's going to make the best 4 years of your life if you do those things.
Thank you, thank you. We plan it out so I get lots of applause. That's the main goal of this whole thing. I do want to introduce to you our assistant principals who are here this evening, and I'll call them up. Miss Sophia Apostolidis, our assistant principal of Humanities and Lotte, and Miss Alicia Cross, our assistant principal of Instructional Support Services. You heard from Jackie Pridgeon, who's our assistant principal of guidance. And we also have an assistant principal, Nicole Cochran, of math and science, who's not here tonight. But we do have a great administrative team who are very involved in the day-to-day of students' lives, and also in the curriculum and the instruction in the arts and the academics provide here. And Alicia and Sophia will tell you a little bit about their role and about the instruction at the school.
Hi, good evening and welcome again. So my role here is to ensure that instruction is happening in classes based upon the needs of the students. So if your child has an individualized education plan, I am that go-to person. And we read it when your students are accepted here. I meet with each and every one of you during the summertime to go over the needs, and we plan out just what is going to be expected in September. If your child also has a medical 504, I'm also that person as well. We do that in September and in October. I have a team of teachers, that are, it's 9 of them that are working with the content teachers. We we meet with you all via email, phone calls, whatever works best for you to ensure success for your child here at Sinatra. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Is everybody good? Oh, good, good. Hi up there. So my name is Sophia Apostolidis. I'm the assistant principal of Humanities and Lotte. We offer Spanish here at school, so that's what Lotte is. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about our philosophy of education here at Frank Sinatra. As you saw in the videos, we really believe in a student-centered approach where we create activities for the students to learn, not just by listening to the teacher speak in front of the classroom. So everybody's engaged, everybody's involved. And we also believe in students advocating for their learning. It doesn't mean that we don't teach here. It means that they participate in what they'd like to learn about. And if you come a little later on, I'll also be here a little later on to answer questions and everything after the breakout sessions, and I could talk to you a little bit more about that. We also promote service learning in the arts and in the academics. We believe in whatever goes on in the classroom to extend into the real world. We've invested a lot of time and resources to build our advanced placement courses and our Regents courses so that they could embody that philosophy. We have 13 AP classes. We have 15 teachers that are trained to teach AP classes, and every year that grows exponentially. Since I've been here, this is my 13th year here. We have 22 sections of AP classes, and you have to remember, we're not a school of 4,000, we're a school of around 850. So that's a big, it's very important to us. We are also, this is our first year as an AP capstone school. I'm actually teaching the AP capstone seminar class for the first time. And it's a prestigious certificate. And if you receive a diploma, it's equivalent to the baccalaureate degree that some schools in New York City and around the country offer. We also offer a 4-year track, like most comprehensive schools, in English and in social studies, but we also offer a 4-year comprehensive track in math and in science. And we offer a 3-year track in Spanish. So that's a little bit about our education program. I also want you to know, our academic program, I should say, we really believe in students and supporting our students learning outside of the classroom. We have a robust tutoring program that is led by teachers, and we also have a peer tutoring program. So if you want more support, we really believe that students are great teachers for other students. And if you read your research on that, it actually does prove that, prove what I just said. So I wish you a wonderful evening, and I will be here for questions, as the other administration will. So here's Mr. Frankel.
Thank you, Sophia. I'm going to take about 5 more minutes of your time, and I want you to think about, as I talk, if you see yourself fitting into a school that feels or seems like the things I'm talking about. As the principal here, I have 3 R's that I expect from our teachers and from all of the adults in the building. The first R is relationships, and I didn't make this up. I just think this is good teaching. Any school that you go to probably does something very similar. Good teaching is good teaching. Good schools are good schools, and there are many, many, many good schools across this city. The goal is for you to find the one that's right for you. So, good schools, good teaching. 3 R's, relationships. I believe that a student learns best when they have some type of relationship with the adult who's teaching them and relationships with the other students in the class. That means a connection beyond just them being the teacher, you being the student, you having to be there, because that's where you have to be from first period, second period, third period. A relationship that values who you are, what your experience is, what your cultural background is, what your community experience might be, your interests. And when you value that, when inside the classroom you are able to bring those things about you in, that starts to make learning relevant. And the second R is relevancy or relevant. If you have a strong relationship with the adult and the adults in the building, and learning starts to become relevant to you, where you're able to share your experiences, you're able to make connections to your art form, to your city, to your country, to the world, and realize why this stuff is important to learn, that's when the light bulbs start to go off. Sorry, not go out. Oh, that's terrible. That's when the light bulbs start to go off. Although off could also mean off. Well, you get what I mean. So that's relationships, and that's relevancy. And then the third is a word that you hear all over. It's a very bureaucratic, educratic word, and that word is rigor. It fits well with the 3 R's, but I don't love that word. I think of it as appropriately challenging and fun for students. You can have fun without doing much. That's not the type of fun we're talking about. You can also have a lot of fun when you feel challenged and when you find success and when you struggle through obstacles and when you have a growth mindset and when in the classroom you're collaborating, you're building relationships, learning is relevant and it's challenging and you're into it and you're finding success and reaching beyond your potential in the arts and in the academics. And if those things happen in the classroom, in any school that you go to, you will be well prepared for college. What's unique about this school is that we put you on a dual track, which prepares you both to go to college or conservatory to major in your art form and to go to the most competitive colleges to major in everything and anything else that you can think of. We have students who are doing biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, architecture, philosophy, education, law, liberal arts, which is great. You don't have to know what you want to do right now. And so if you picture yourself in that type of environment where you're going to walk in 3 or 4 years from now in 12th grade and you're going to have those options for college and you're going to be prepared to make a decision and apply to both types of schools, art schools and academic schools. About 35% to 40% of our students go on to major in their art form or go to conservatory. The other 60% go to universities and colleges all over the country. We don't ask you in 9th grade, do you want to be a professional artist? We prepare you to have that as an option, just like we prepare you to have anything else in your future as a college or career option. If you're someone who's creative, if you're someone who's passionate about your art form, if you're someone who thinks you're really good at it, that's important. Come to the audition prepared. Come to the audition with confidence and come knowing that you're auditioning to be in a place that if you are accepted and if you choose to come here, you will be with other young people who are creative, who are passionate, and who have confidence and think they're talented. That's important. There's only one way to guarantee that you don't get into this school, and that's to not come for the audition, okay? So walk out of here tonight feeling like you have the information to be prepared and confident for the next step, which is the audition. We're gonna transition now so that you get that information, and I want everyone to be patient while we transition. I do wanna thank our amazing jazz band that played while you walked in. Let's give it up for them. You see now our stagecraft technical theater class. All of our stage crew runs the concert hall, the amazing students of stagecraft, and our amazing production manager, Andre Vasquez. Give a shout out to our jazz band director, Mr. Waldron Ricks, as well. And of course, our amazing senior dancers. I do suggest that you come back for performance in the art form that you're interested in auditioning for. It's a great community event, lots of parents, students here for all of our performances, and there's a list of performances on the back of your pamphlet. We're gonna turn now to our breakout rooms. What I'm gonna ask you to do, and this may take us all to take a deep breath together. Let's take a deep breath on 3. 1, 2, 3, deep breath in. Deep breath out. When I say upsetting things, we're gonna ask that people stay here until I announce your breakout room. And what that's gonna do is allow us to get out of here and into those spaces much quicker. We're gonna have 2 sessions for breakout rooms, and listen carefully, please. The first session is gonna start at 7:30. The first session is gonna start at 7 and go to 7:25. So you have some time to get to the rooms. Then the second session, which is the same thing repeated, will start at 7:30 and go to 7:55. At the same time, if you have more questions about academics, We're going to have 2 sessions back in here at 7:15 and at 7:45. So if you've gotten enough information about auditions and you want to come back in here to learn more about academics, that's at 7:15 and 7:45. If you take out your phones to take a picture of this slide, which is allowed, you also have to follow us on social media. That's the deal. But there is more to life than social media, okay, students? I'm going to ask, and with our great rhythm section playing us out, I'm going to ask that anyone here that's interested in going to the vocal breakout session first, go up to the cafeteria and exit, but only those going to vocal. If we do it this way, it'll make it much faster, and I really appreciate everyone's patience. If you're exiting from the balcony, you can exit out this way. And you can go around and up the stairs to the cafeteria. So this is just for vocal, and I appreciate everyone's patience. I'm still working on my tap routine and comedy routine. It hasn't come yet. I'm sorry. You can do it? Come on. Next, we're going to go to the library for film. Anyone here for film is going to the library that's on our 4th floor. If you're exiting from the balcony, just exit that way, loop around to the stairs. If you're exiting down here for film, you're going to the library on the 4th floor. Again, I appreciate everyone's patience. Anyone else for film going to the 4th floor to the library? And in these breakout sessions, those are the teachers that will be conducting the auditions that you're going to meet. So you'll get a lot of valuable information from them. All right, next we're going to go to the 3rd floor and we're going to look at instrumental. You can take the stairs right there up to the 3rd floor. When you exit the stairs, the black box is on your right, directly on your right when you exit the stairs on the 3rd floor. And that's for anyone for instrumental. If you're in the balcony, just exit that door there. It'll be much quicker. Loop around to the stairs and go to the 3rd floor. You can exit right there. This is for instrumental. It is crowded tonight, so if the room's full for the first session, you can come back for the second session. For instrumental, it looks like the room might fill up, so just keep that in mind that there's 2 sessions. Let's hear it for Willie Bowman on drums. Daquan Dolly on bass. And our student body president, Ronnie Mikolov on piano. Me and Ronnie are working on his speeches, right? So you don't give the speech now. We're working on his speeches. I told him, as smooth as he is on the piano, have no nerves when you speak. But that's like me sitting down to play the piano. I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing, so that's not really fair.
This Friday we have a cabaret. I hope to see everyone there. And then next Friday we have a jazz concert, which will include all of us and the big band you guys saw. And that was a sneak peek. So I hope to see everyone there.
If you're here for dance, you're going to the second floor gymnasium. Guys, just wait. There's a lot of people to leave first. If you're coming in for art, just wait and let the folks leave first. Dance, you're going to the second floor gymnasium. Again, thank you to everyone for your patience. I really do appreciate it. Dance, when you exit the stairs on the second floor, the gym is right in front of you. Okay, this is gonna be tricky, but for drama, you're going to exit, but you're going right next door here. So just exit, don't go into the lobby, just immediate left into the first floor black box right there. And it's directly next door to where we are now. And that's for drama. Those in the balcony for drama, come down right here. Drama folks, remember if the room is full, there's 2 sessions. All right, if you're here for the fine art, I'm just gonna ask for in the balcony that you come down to this level. You can use the stairs right here.